Hi, I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Lita Liepens.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight.
We are standing in the most beautiful spot. We're in Coquitlam at the Green Tea Country Club, Westwood Plateau Sky Course. Oh, goodness, that is such a mouthful, but it's so important because they have multiple courses.
They do, actually. As I like to say, where I was about 2 months ago when we were last here, working with our good friends at First Tee. Well, in July when we were here, we were talking about the big tournament that's coming up. So we're here today as part of the tournament. We're going to talk to a lot of great people. And Lita, we'll get right to it after you watch this.
This segment is brought to you by First Tee British Columbia. We're building game changers by opening the world of golf to every child, one lesson at a time.
Well, I'm standing here with Max. Max, you have to tell me your title because it's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, of course. Well, with First Tee, I'm a coordinator for British Columbia. I work as the one overseeing Vancouver Island, as well as the north and the interior for the program. But on the golf side, I am a 3-time junior club champion at my local club. So, I know a little bit about junior golf and just happy to be able to give back in this way.
And you're here at the First Tee of the First Tee tournament. Yeah. What's your job here today?
Yeah, so I'm here to give everyone the rundown on what we do at First Tee, how we're helping kids get into the game of golf. But as well, I'm also providing an option if people are feeling, a little queasy on that first tee, that we can give them not a pro, but we've got our junior ambassador out there hitting some shots as well as myself.
Costanza, you have been on the show before and you were wonderful, but now we are at the big tournament. What are they hiring you to do? What are they making you do?
Well, hitting shots for the players here right now.
That's incredible. And we just watched you actually hit one, and I think you did better than all the guys out there.
Yes. I did.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we're so excited. Lastly, what does First Tee mean to you? And tell it to our audience.
First Tee is a great program. It helps you make confidence, friends. Yeah, it's a lot for me. It means a lot for me. I've been doing this program since I was 4 years old, and I really like it. It has motivated me to become a better player, have more confidence in myself. It means a lot, yeah.
Well, we're here on the 10th tee, and I have the big shot himself, the head guy for First Tee. Sean, tell us a little bit about Canada-wide operations.
Yeah, at First Tee Canada, we started in 2021. The program had been running for years down the U.S. We started off in BC and Ontario and Quebec in 2021. We're now in all 10 provinces across the country. We've had over 200,000 kids partake in the program, and we're growing every year.
Wow. So what do you see for First Tee? Moving forward.
Yes, First Tee is really just about breaking down barriers, making sure we have access to this great game that we are all out here today celebrating and raising funds for. And we provide 70% of our programming at no cost to the kids and the families. And for most parents, they know how much young kids' sports cost. And First Tee is really trying to work its best to make sure that we are an accessible game, that we are a growing game, and one that represents the fabric of Canada.
What a great organization. We've been with you for a little while now this year and at some of your events, and we're super excited to be partnered with you as well. What is your favorite part about this organization?
I think my favorite part is the team that we've built really believes in the mission and the cause. We really drive every day to make sure that we're trying to enhance the life of kids. First Tee's tagline is we're building game changers, and that's what we're trying to do. It's not just about golf, it's about life skills and making sure we're building better citizens, better members of our community, and making sure that it's a game you can play for life with your friends, your family, and your loved ones.
I really enjoy spending time with my friends. I haven't seen them for a while, and I really enjoy the weather in the fall of the whole Vancouver. This is amazing to enjoy the weather over here. Yeah.
How'd you play today?
We're playing really well.
I was a junior golfer about 25 years ago, and I think what First Tee is doing is truly amazing, helping junior golfers to pick up the game. And I think one of the things that junior golfers really needs a lot of support. So I think it's great that we see so many supporters of the program, and I'm really happy that we're all trying together to help the golf community.
Hey, my name is Clark Dewson. My real name is Richard Clark Dewson, and I'm part of the special needs community, and I just won a bronze medal in provincials almost a month ago, and I'm happy to be here about supporting the kids. I was a junior a long time ago, and I just love helping out with things.
Welcome, everybody. Who's ready for a great day on the course today?
First tee. Great tournament. First tee, baby. Yeah, first tee.
Well, taking a little break with a familiar face. She's been on the show a couple times this year. We're at the tournament. Kelly, this has been a great day. I mean, the weather really cooperated for late September. This is pretty spectacular.
We ordered it.
I pay a little extra. You can do that, actually. Let's talk about what a great day this has been. If people have been watching the show this year, we've talked about first tee back in the spring with Costanza, who's been on the show today, but you're wrapping things up here today. What a great day.
Such a great day. So many wonderful people. Such a pleasure. I can't say enough. We've had so many great supporters come out, so many, wonderful people helping to actually put on the event, and people I didn't even know that were going to come and have come and dug deep and helped us out. So, yeah.
Yeah, we talked to your colleague Sean earlier, and what we want you to do is talk about tonight, a big event, part of the great day here.
Yeah. So tonight is, the wrap-up party, and, everyone's going to celebrate everything about First Tee. We have our junior ambassador that we've met before, Costanza, who's going to come and speak about her experience coming from Mexico and coming into Canada and still continuing her journey with First Tee and where she's taken that.
Yeah.
We are also having a surprise performance.
Oh, okay. Excellent. All right.
The one and only, can I say it?
Of course you can.
Of course I can. Jojo Mason.
So I'm out there playing today, actually. Excellent. We've been good friends with his brother, too.
Yes. Cannot be not friends with the wine guy. So.
No, we really don't like him that much, but he's the wine guy.
Exactly.
You know what you mentioned to me, we were out a few weeks ago and we were talking about that the golf season is, pretty much going to wrap up soon, but this is an all-year thing for you guys.
It is, absolutely. So on the off-season, when we're not having fun on the golf course, we are digging deep, asking people to help us out to fund our program. So we have expenses, so we want to make sure that this program is accessible and barrier-free for every single child in the province. So really, we're looking at people donating their time, donating their money, their products, whatever the case might be. So if you're interested in helping out First Tee and helping us give more children the opportunity to play this wonderful sport, just give us a call. Look at our website. It's firsttbc.ca.
Excellent.
And we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, what a great day. Look it up, folks. As you said, it's all for the kids, and that's when you get something like that, it always makes a great day. So
it does.
There she is, Kelly Baker, and we'll get back to what's happening here at the golf course.
Thanks, Jim.
This segment was brought to you by First Tee British Columbia, empowering children and teens through the game of golf. For more information, go to firsttbc.ca.
Todd Maffin is a Canadian commentator, writer, and former national host and producer at CBC Radio. But he has gone out on his own now, and he really is, how do you describe yourself, Todd, as you're a Canadian icon now for sure.
I don't know. I would say over-caffeinated is mostly how I describe myself. I don't know. I mean, I'm one of many people talking about Canadian identity at a time that I think a lot of people are talking about it.
Tell us a little bit right now. I know my co-host stumbled upon you as well with your current passion project, which is brilliant.
So about when the whole Buy Canada stuff started happening, the tariffs, I was making some videos about what the difference between made in Canada versus product of Canada is, and how we should be boycotting American products. And one of the things that surprised me was there were a lot of Americans in the comments of those videos saying, "We support this, boycott us, make it hurt for us. That's fine. We support the Canadian economy." So as kind of a bit of a joke, actually, one day I was in February just waiting for an Xbox game to install or something, and I made this somewhat flippant video saying, hey, if Americans really support Canada and our economy, why don't you come up here to Vancouver Island, Nanaimo, where I live, and spend a weekend here. We'll pick a weekend. You guys can come and shop in our stores and eat in our restaurants. And hundreds of them took my wife and I up on that offer and showed up one weekend in late April. And that sort of, one of the things that came out of that was a lot of healthcare workers used it as a chance to look around Vancouver Island to see sort of like what the island was like potentially for them to come move. So that's what Jocelyn and I are doing in our evenings and weekends now, is trying to help them get information that they need to move to Canada. And we think Vancouver Island's pretty great. So, but anywhere in BC or Canada, we'd be happy with that.
What is your advice to us as Canadians now? How can we help this project? If we can't actually go to the island, help you do that sort of stuff, what can we do?
You know, from speaking to a lot of Americans, I think one of the most important things we can do is to listen. There's a great deal of fear in the U.S. Right now, for obvious reasons. You'll have to sort of be looking at what's happening to see that. We don't have to do big things in Canada. We can listen. We can ask someone how they're doing. If we're in a Facebook group, if you are in a calligraphy art group with someone, if you are on an email list because your kid did a foreign exchange trip, pick one American, ask them how they're doing, ask them if there's anything we can do to help. I think that goes a long way as well.
I love that, because you claim to be emotional support Canadian. I love that. We can all become somebody's emotional support Canadian. And, it is funny when we run into Americans that are traveling here to Vancouver, and that they're sheepish to tell us where they're from. And most of us are very understanding. We get it. They're hurting. So I love what you and your wife are doing. It is wonderful. I love that you're on my island. You're over there doing something big. And what do you see for the future for us, Todd?
Well, hopefully more healthcare workers, more skilled labor. I think that we're at sort of a unique opportunity in Canada to offer that support. And I think it's something that we should step up and do. And I think it's also an opportunity for us with the people who will be coming and newcomers is to, I don't know whether it's a reset they need or just sort of help them understand the difference between the way that I think a lot of Americans run their day-to-day lives and the way that Canada does. We don't have a lot of expectations from people who come up here and move to Canada, in a healthcare role or whatever, except for a couple of things. We expect that you'll support your community. We expect that when you get citizenship, you'll vote. We expect that you will be relentlessly decent. We don't expect perfection in Canada. We expect decency. And I think if we can just communicate that, support your community, and I think that kind of common sense, just be good to your family and be good to your community, is a message that they need to hear, and maybe we all need to hear from time to time as well.
So Todd, can you tell us what our government is doing right now to encourage healthcare workers to move here?
A lot. All the provinces have really stepped up. BC especially, if you look at the volume of applications are like triple, 1,400 American healthcare workers wanting to come into BC just like in the last couple of months. So the provinces have stepped up. It's great to see BC putting even slightly kind of cheeky ads in the US. I kind of like that. The provinces are playing the role. I really feel that the system has stepped up to support it. I'm hoping that other community groups, like the one that Jocelyn and I are helping with, will also kind of support grassroots things. The website and the Discord server that we set up, I'm actually going to be turning into kind of a template in the next couple of days and then releasing it publicly so that other communities can basically just kind of click and it'll populate with the website that we did, and they just put their own community name into it so that other communities across Canada can also do this.
So I'm so glad that we could get you on, and you're hilarious. You're humble, you're funny, you've written 2 books. I mean, you've got years and years of marketing experience. I'm gonna make you blush here. You're a brilliant man, and I'm so glad what you're doing. How can people follow and help you?
Sure, my newsletter is probably the easiest way. It's at farandwide.news, like the national anthem, from far and wide, so farandwide.news.
Thanks so much for joining our city tonight. We're thrilled to have you, and we'll keep following your progress and keep us informed.
Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks, Todd.
What you're looking at is a very, very scary movie. It's called Shelby Oaks, in theaters. It sounds great to say that. In theaters, October 24th, and it stars the woman as we come up to us, just to our left, your right, a regular member of our show. Camille Sullivan is back to talk about her role in this very scary movie. I'm still frightened. Lita and I watched it the other night, Camille. Very scary.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for watching it. Thanks for having me.
It is really scary, and we're so excited. You're the star. I know, no offense to the other actors, but you do hold the whole movie. It's based on you and your character and what's happening around you. We loved it. It's my genre, so I don't even know where to start, but just talk about filming this.
Break the story down if you can for our viewers.
So I got this part, I got sent this script after I did Hunter x Hunter, and the director, Chris Stuckman, and the producer, Aaron Kuntz, had watched it and gone, that's the woman. So they sent me an offer, which was wonderful, and I read the script, and it, like you say, it's like this huge, amazing part, and I was like, wow, really? Okay. So I said yes, and then time happened, things happened, some time went by, but eventually we got to shoot it in Ohio, and it went really well. It was a grueling but fantastic shoot. And then Mike Flanagan came aboard, and then Neon came aboard, and now it's going to the theater, and I can't believe it.
And it really, for tell the viewers a bit about the story, it really is two movies to Lita and I. The first part is kind of documentary, Dateline, 2020 type story, where you're talking to a host and you're talking about the disappearance of your sister back in 2008. 2009,
like that, yeah.
And she's part of a crew that's the early days of YouTube, that they're going around investigating paranormal activity, and then everybody disappears.
Yeah, so my sister goes missing, and basically everyone else has given up the search except for me, who's still confident that she is alive, but everyone else is starting to wonder if I'm losing it. So it begins where I've engaged a documentary crew to try to help kickstart the search over again, and then sort of through the course of that, something new comes to light, and then the movie sort of takes off in a completely new direction.
It sure does. But the part I love is that we know you so well. That camera for the first bunch of the movie is just on you, and I forget that I even knew you. Honestly, you hold the movie so strongly, and you take us through that journey to make us believe that this is happening. Damn you, because it was like so spooky and scary.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, we did that on the first day. We shot all of that beginning stuff where I'm being interviewed. And they had planned a ton of time for it, and we finished like 5 hours early. So I felt pretty impressed with myself for that day. But it went great. It's like Chris is a very thoughtful director, and we shot in chronological order as much as possible, which is so makes things so much easier and more fun.
Yeah, it's interesting because there are, when you're carrying, not in an egotistical way, but you are carrying the movie. Your character is driving you're driving the plot, and it does look like your character is going to have a breakdown at some point if she hasn't already.
It's like, you don't get in the car. Don't go.
Please don't go to a prison in the middle of the night. Oh my God, are you crazy?
And don't drive that truck.
Yeah. But there's so many moments where the camera, and this is where actors and actresses really earn their money, is that there's so many moments where the camera's like this on you, and you are just reacting, and it's not one of those, you've got 30 seconds of you reacting to something really scary. We're not giving anything away.
No.
But talk about your preparation for that, because as I said, that's just you, the camera, and go, Camille.
Yeah, so I tried in my preparation when I worked on the script to try to fill in the history as much as possible and her point of view as much as possible, so that I could play those moments where there's no dialogue and they would still feel full and something happening. And then for some of the scenes, like Chris was also very good about, like when I'm watching the video, I watched the video. I watched the entire video. We did a 15-minute take.
We should say the video that you're discovering is your missing sister, her shows on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, so whatever I needed as much as possible to be there, it was there. And that makes it easier for me. And then as well, the locations were amazing. Like we shot in the prison that they shot the Shawshank Redemption, and there's so much history, and it is scary. Like it's legitimately scary. So to be scared there, it's as hard as you might think.
Not a lot of acting there. Hey, again, a reminder, it's Shelby Oaks, October 24th. So great to say, in theaters.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the last time you were on the show last April, we're talking about Shoresy. I mean, could you get any further away from like a crazy, funny show to this crazy, scary movie?
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, because that's coming up real quick.
Yeah, so I'm not sure when. It hasn't been announced, but we've shot season 5, and so it'll be out soonish.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it couldn't be more different. It's so fun and so amazing to me that I get to do both, where I get to play this fun, lovable character in this great, relationship that's like a romance, and then also do this horrific stuff.
Okay, split personality.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not an actor.
A little bit.
And we should say one last thing about Shelby. Depending on everybody's subjective as to what they like horror-wise, but what we loved about this is it's less is more. This is M. Night Shyamalan territory where it's a mystery, basically. We're waiting to see what you find.
Blair Witch kind of like just around the corner sort of stuff, not showing it all, which is the scariest part.
Oh yeah, I think people will find that they're on the edge of their seat the whole time and sort of wondering what's coming around the corner.
Yeah, right to the end.
Yeah.
We're not going to say anything more than that, but right until the end. Hey, our good friend Camille Sullivan, award-winning actress, and boy, she earns her money. She's got the chops in this film. Shelby Oaks, as we mentioned, in theaters October 24th. Get out and support this movie, because we rarely get to say in theaters anymore. So, thank you, Camille.
Thank you so much.
This segment was sponsored by the Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online.
I'm getting over you, 1, 2 step at a time. When I hear the band, I grab the hand of a stranger.
What you are looking at is his new single called 1 2 Step. He is a longtime member and regular of our family and the show, coming to us from the Okanagan. Good to have our good friend back, Mr. Chris Buck at the Chris Buck Band. Hello, Chris.
Hi, how you guys doing? Long time no see.
I know. Well, Chris, we were just we were thinking back to when you were first on the show. That was back in 2016. In fact, almost 10 years ago now. That's when you got the CCMA nomination for Video of the Year for That's When You Know. And we were blown away by your music then, and you just continue to just knock them out of the park.
Well, first of all, I feel very old that you just said that. I'm like, geez. I've been going at the music career for a while now, but yeah, I've been working on an album in Nashville for, on this album for like 2 or 3 years now, and I kind of brought it back to like 90s country, kind of like Brooks and Dunn, some Steve Earle stuff, and it's something that I've wanted to do for a very, very long time, and I haven't been this excited about my music, I think, since probably then. Like, I've been getting so many people reaching out that usually don't reach out, even artists going, Chris, geez, man, this is really cool stuff. So, I'm pumped.
Well, we can see. Wow.
Yeah, and this, we should tell our viewers, this video for 1 2 Step just came out recently toward the end of September. But the one thing I love about your videos, that even when they're sad songs about losing your girl or whatever, there always seems to be a little bit of tongue-in-cheek, or sometimes a lot of tongue-in-cheek, a lot of humor. You see that with like that, your other single and video from a couple years ago called She Gone. That's what you constantly want to put in, because it is funny.
Yeah, well, for me, it's all about the hook too. And when we were writing this song, I forget who said it, but someone said, getting over you 1 2 step. And I was like, getting over you 1 2 step at a time. And obviously having the dance element plus obviously the relationship element, like right away, I'm all about song titles. And I heard that, I'm like, we're writing this today, like it's go time. So kind of just happened.
That's incredible. Tell us what's happening with you out in Nashville. Are you living part-time Okanagan?
Yeah, so I was just down there for 7 years, which is crazy. I know, I've been down there a long time. I actually recently just came back up to the Okanagan, and I'm just focusing on touring. And I also run a singer-songwriters festival up here called Boots and Boats at the end of every June. And I've been bringing up Nashville artists for the past 2 years, and it's been going great. It sold out last year, and I'm back up here working on that as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Is it, I know it's apples and oranges when you talk about those two locations, but what does coming home, this year you're a BC boy, what does it do for you creatively, being where you are in the lovely and usually quiet Okanagan?
Yeah, Well, obviously it's beautiful up here. You don't really get the nature down south like you do up here. And also, like when I was down in Nashville, I was writing, sometimes twice a day. I was writing close to 190 songs a year. So it was more like machine work. Like I'm doing it every day. As taking a step back and getting some ideas and being creative really helps me. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy taking a step back. To be honest.
Hey, talk about every time you're on the show and you were here in person. We'd much rather see you in person than on Zoom. But that aside, you talk a lot about your songwriting and getting together with songwriters that might be one or two steps ahead of you, and how important it is to you to learn from them. How important was that when you get in a room with guys and gals like that in Nashville?
Yeah, I felt like I just went to college for 7 years just learning. Like a lot of the guys I wrote with, have written number ones, like Jordan Davis and Chris Jansen, right on the same publishing company I did for the last 4 years. So I was around these guys. I got big hits. So I learned so much, and obviously I'm seeing a lot of my songs that not only I wrote for my band here, but for a lot of other artists starting to get released now, and it's really cool to hear songs I wrote starting to get on radio. It's pretty cool.
Well, I'm going to say to our viewers, if you haven't checked out Chris Buck, you have a great website as well, and you can let our viewers know what that website is.
Yeah, everything social media website is Chris Buck Band, and love to hear from you. Love to hear what you think of the new music, and I'm stoked.
Hey, we should mention this is where we, blow your horn. Pardon the musical pun. You have accomplished a lot, pal, and it's friendship with you aside. You can look at some of these things. 2023 BCC MA Male Artist of the Year, Album of the Year. You've had 5 top 40 hits, and I've loved all these songs. Video of the Year in 2023. Just lots of great stuff, and so we hope you continue. I love the fact, and as does Lita, that every time you release a single or an album, you always have the video in place ready to be released.
I do it especially for our city tonight. That's what I talk about that every time. Right? Thank you, I appreciate that.
He is Chris Buck Band. As you mentioned, chrisbuckband.com. Check out the new single, 1 2 Step. Check out all these videos. I love it. You seem to have a lot of your friends in the videos from the looks of it, which is great. Yeah. Just some spectacular music. Chris, good to see you again. Next time, you got to be in the studio with us, please.
Absolutely, I'll be there. Nice seeing you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers, pal.
Great to see you.
1 2 step at a time.
Captioning and other promotional considerations provided by Hamilton High Street Senior Residence, Richmond's newest senior living community.
Well, it's been a great day, and we're about to wrap up the show here in Coquitlam.
What a great day indeed, Lita. Thanks to all our friends at First Tee BC. They've been with us through the spring and the summer into the fall, but they're year-round. And thanks to all the volunteers, of course, all the people we talked to. And thank you for watching this edition. I'm Jim Gordon.
I'm Lita Leathens.
We'll see you next time on Our City Tonight.
You can contact us and watch past episodes at OurCityTonightTV.com. The Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online.